Hi guys, it's Hayley here with a process video. I apologise for the My Movie bit coming up there. There was some average editing on my behalf, but I could have edited it out again, but it seemed like a little bit too much work for the lack of, it wasn't a whole lot of drama, so I just left it. I thought you'd forgive me. So I'm just going through this wee tub of recently cut out pieces from my silhouettes. Some of them are from the silhouette store and some of them are from Ali's studio. Now some of these items I have pre-rummaged through because I'd already done a video and I didn't realise how long it was going to take for my battery to charge. So some of this I've already rummaged through if it looks like some of it already goes together. So this page, it is kind of a Scrap Stash Kit Club page. I belong to that group on Facebook. It is kind of, but I feel like it's a little bit cheating because none of these products are super old. Well, two of them are old, but most of the papers in the Project Life cards aren't old. So I feel like it's a bit cheeky saying that it's it's using my stash, but not old stash. But anyway, it's still in the vibrant kind of summery colours that we have been working with. These pictures are of my youngest daughter and my mum when we were in Indonesia, and now I'm having an awful time. I just put a new refill in my ATG and I'm having an awful time with it. I've heard people say before that they get the odd roll that's awful, and this is awful. It bubbles up, it doesn't even, when you put it on, it doesn't even go on flat, it goes on, oh, it's awful. Anyway, I'm gonna persist with it and hope that it works itself out, or else we're going to have a bit of a falling out. Okay, anyway, this pink card is from the paper is from the Amy Tan +1. This Project Life card is also from that collection, from the Project Life mini kit. And this one I'm cutting now is from a cut apart sheet. That's not from the mini kit, but the other pink one is. I love using my cards in my proper pages, like Project Life isn't proper, in my 12 by 12 pages. I just find that they add a lot. I am going to trim both of those cards to have a square top because I don't know, I have an issue with, and then I go on later on and completely contradict myself, but I have a little bit of an issue with rounded and straight. So that piece there I just cut and left the retail strip on because I love those wee plus signs. Yeah, there I trim off the rounded edge, but I completely contradict myself later on. Won't worry about that. Now one of the old bits I did use is that fabric flower thing. Now I'm pretty sure that's Amy Tan from back in the day, but I can't find it anywhere. I even looked on scrapbook.com to see if I could, so I knew where it was from, and I'm pretty sure it's one of those mixed kind of 3D sticker embellishment-y packs, but it's been floating around for a long time. And see, if you wait long enough, the colours match again. See how that works? So I was really excited to get that used up. Really excited. It's not really my style of embellishment, but you know, in the book is better than in the stash. Oh, excuse my I've been having adhesive issues since I started doing videos, or maybe I'm just aware of it because I have to watch it again. It's quite funny. So I'm just making that bit across the page and then add my photo. Now this is loosely based on a sketch from Let's Get Sketchy. Now I really enjoy their sketches. I do. They have one every week. Well, yeah, every week. And this one is from July week 2 if you're interested and you want to go over and check them out. Since I've been scrapbooking so long, like over 15 years, I find that I really like sketches because they help me not have everything look, well, not that everything looks the same. I mean, trends change, but my style is pretty I mean, I have quite a standard style in my eyes. Like it's quite clean and things like that. So there's only a limit. There's a limit to how many ways you can put down a piece of paper and put down a photo. So I just find that the challenges kind of keep me interested, and I like the community involvement. So yes, so please go over there and check them out and join in, because they're a great bunch of girls and they're very, very supportive. So now I've just added that hashtag love this silhouette cut. I have yet to put that on foam tape, and that was a bit of a labour of love. I really would have preferred not to. It takes a long time when they're those little skinny letters. That die cut I'm adding to the bottom there is from the +1 pack, and I've just cut it in half to make that wee area down the bottom. Now the story behind these photos is we were at a friend's restaurant. It's called Gorgonzola, and it's in Jimbaran. And it's funny, my little girl, the other girls had selected what they wanted. You know, they have standard things that they like to eat, and you know, sandwiches or whatever. Anyway, and she didn't want anything I had. She didn't want anything her dad had. She didn't want anything my dad had. She just wasn't interested. And my mum has this weird tradition. Well, it was more of an addiction than a tradition, where she loves the avocado juice in Indonesia, and she has it as often as she can when she's there. It's really not, you know, avocados, good for you, but also really fattening. But also, I'm sure they add lots of glorious sugar syrup and all sorts of other whatnots to it. And they come in these really, really tall glasses, and it's a lot. Like I joke that it's a meal. And my mum offered Gabriella some, and she was like, yeah. And then she drank the whole thing. And she was 1 at the time. And we had to buy my mum another one. It was quite funny, but also a little bit embarrassing. Yeah, so it's kind of a little thing that her and my mum have, a little joke that they have. So this is just another Project Life card that I chopped in half. Sometimes I find that I have trouble, not so much with these mini kits, but some of the earlier ranges, I have trouble with them all being portrait, and so the lines for journaling go the wrong way, but this one was okay. And also I've pulled out these old Amy Tangerine rub-ons, and they're from Cut and Paste, and I had an awful time. awful time. So it's just this wee fork. I thought, how many times have I thought about using this fork? Let's just get it on the page. And it was awful. The first half was okay, and I'm even using a stylus, so I'm not being lazy and using my fingernail, which I do. And the first half was fine and seemed to be okay, and the second half, it was awful, and it peeled up, and then I did it again, and then I thought I had it down, turned it over, and put some more pressure on it, and honestly I could just move it with my finger. It was awful. I ended up covering up the awful part, and it ended up being quite cute, but it makes me very mindful that any of those ones left, I should really try and use them up in this month's Scrap Stash Kit Club. Just try and get them done. Just even use them all on one thing or something. I've seen a few people do that lately, use a whole packet of something on a page. Okay, so I'm covering it up with this. I didn't like how the black paper kind of, to make it line up with the fork, you'd see some under the frame of the mat of the photo, so I didn't like that, so I just cut this little bit to cover up the bit of the fork that was no longer there, because it just fell off. Okay, so I don't think I'm adding any other rub-ons. I don't think I'm feeling that brave about rub-ons after that. I'm sure those +1 rub-ons work fine, but the cut and paste ones, you know, they're a wee bit old now. Okay, so I've got a couple of wee stickers from the +1 sheet, sticker sheet. There's one wee camera and one that says day trip, and I thought they were cute. And I think I'm off getting my circle punch to just make a little something to go around that day trip, because it's kind of small and kind of will just fade into nothingness. So I'm just making a wee bit of a spot for that. And I was really excited about using these up. These were Martha Stewart travel epoxy kind of alphabet things, and these have been in my stash for a long time. I thought they were really, really old, like 2005 old, but turns out they're only 2009 old, which is still, 4 to 5 years old, depending on when I got them. But they've been around for so long, and the colour match was perfect to this these pattern papers. So I was like, yes, that's awesome. There was no zero left, so I just modified the Q. But to get them on the page and get them used, I have quite a lot of there's quite a bit of a thrill in the achievement of that, because I just get tired looking at them, and I could give them to the children, but really there's nothing wrong with them. I just need to kind of make a bit of an effort, really. So I place that around lots of pages, and the waxy baking paper is really good for that. But I end up going with this, even though they don't stand out a lot, I'm okay with that, because pretty much this whole album of Indonesia will be dated, and it's all, well, we've had 2 trips in the last few years, and this is the second trip, but all of the first trip will be in one album, and all of the second trip will be in the second album, so it'll be quite obvious what year it is. It's not like it's a one-off. Okay, so now I'm going to put that wee journaling card in, and then I added that wee globe, which is so cute, from the Amy Tan +1 puffy stickers. I love how those things feel. Does anyone else love how they feel? It's kind of weird, but I really do. And I do, this is kind of a normal colour combo for me if I'm going brighter. I do a lot of tone on tone neutral stuff, but I do really like aqua, mint, turquoise, and black and white and pink. Sound a bit like Chanel, don't I? But not, well, we don't scrapbook in a similar way, but I can understand why people like those combos. Anyway, this is the torturous part where where I'm putting the foam tape on all the letters. It's not fun. This should be in front of the TV job, but I was on video, so I couldn't just leave it for later. But yeah, you know what somebody should invent? Somebody should invent a glue applicator or pen that puts on foam adhesive. That should be done. Somebody should do that. That would be really popular with me and, a couple of other people. I think that's a smart idea. I don't know that it's at all possible. Maybe like puffy paint kind of thing. That's sticky. I don't know. Anyway, that is the end. And I put no stills in there. I'm sorry. They will be on my blog though. Thanks so much. Oh no, look. Incorrect order. There we go. What an awful video all round. Okay, thanks guys. I'll see you another time. Bye.